So this is a tree peony. Tree peonies are spectacular. They have giant paper mache flowers. No, not paper mache. That thin, help me, what am I talking about? Stuff you wrap around gifts.
Tissue paper.
Tissue paper, there we go. I know plants. And they're beautiful plants, but a lot of people don't know how to prune them right. And the way that you prune them, standard fare, 3Ds, dead, diseased, and damaged. Then you go after interfering wood. You wait till the buds are starting to swell. Now, right now, today we're down in Niagara on the lake, and that means that we're in sort of horticultural mecca. So you're not getting a lot of dieback, even after our challenging winter. But so we've got one really good bud here. Usually we'd have a wimpy one here, but we're gonna take it back to a really good bud. Ideally, you're gonna take it back to one that's pointing out from the center of the plant. Good heavens, that's huge. That's a flower bud, believe it or not. This is what you get down in Niagara on the lake. And this allows the plant to heal. It cleans it up. It allows better air infiltration. Sometimes it's okay to not make a cut and think about it for a bit. We got two buds here. We got a branch, and we're gonna take out this big guy. And it's heartrending to do stuff like that. But we're gonna make a good cut, and that's gonna let air flow through. There's so much dead in this, and that allows disease into the plant. That's why one of the reasons that we take this sort of jazz out. Something I often don't talk about when I'm doing little demonstrations like this is have the big blade toward the inside of the plant. You can make more precise cuts. If you have the cutting bed toward the inside of the plant, then you can only get that precise with it. So you always want to have the big blade facing inside. And alone, if all we do is this, nope, he's got a good bud. Right back to there. About 1/4 of an inch above the bud. Doesn't matter if it's on an angle or straight. There's studies that show both in equal amounts. But this is going to allow the plant to heal. It's going to just simply make it look better and stop disease from entering the plant. And it's going to make room for new growth to grow. I mean, ideally, we would cut that out. I'm not going to tackle that today. And it'd be really, really tricky cut. You'd want to get a keyhole saw for that, a really fine little saw, so that you didn't do much damage to the branches around it. Now, this guy's getting so big, and I would almost want to wait until after it blooms. And by then we may have some buds further down, and I might take some of these big, beautiful branches back a bit so that snow doesn't pull on them and open them up. And some of these big, beautiful branches are dying. This is not a happy branch. It's so unhappy that it's not alive. That's what it is. Sometimes you can cut these off. These guys actually have pretty hard wood, but I'm going to try it first. We got one live bud on this. This guy's got to go too. This is all, oh my. Okay, so a bunch of things. We're going to take that off. That takes weight off this guy. But this guy here is almost done. I'm going to need the saw for that. This branch has pulled away from another branch. So my cameraman can come in here and we can see that there's a gap there. And we look, and that's very weak. So we're going to start by cutting very gently, very carefully, looking out for other places that our saw is. And I'm actually going to almost finish this cut. And I'm going to finish it with my secateurs so that it can be more precise. Maybe I am. Boy, oh boy. We're actually going to, we've almost cut it. We're going to put a little pressure here and just break it off. That way we don't take a chance of damaging that branch. Another little mulberry that's got to go. Sometimes these are grafted. I think that this is a regular peony, an herbaceous peony coming up from below the ground. I would recommend actually using a hose to wash that away. Get down there, find where that's coming from the crown, and take it off. because that's going to take energy away from the more desirable cultivar. I'm getting older, I can't focus that close now. If you make a mistake and you cut off something and you see a bud fall to the ground, don't beat yourself up, it happens. Sometimes when you see these little branches coming from the inside, that's what these are our insurance for the future. Don't take those all off. We might want to look at later on taking a big branch like this off to allow these younger ones to grow up. That's one of those times. Ooh, see, this is too heavy and we've got a split happening there. That might have been actually ice off the roof, it's possible. I'm going to take this all the way back to here, just take a little bit of weight off of it and then hope that that heals. And then we're just going to clean up the rest of it and take the dead off. And this guy here, this is another one. See how it's out far from the center of the plant? Oh boy. So this is called reduction pruning. When we take a branch like this and take some of the weight off it. First I'm going to take off the dead, disease, damaged, just so I can see for sure what I'm working with. And then we're going to see what we can take off the ends. And it's heartbreaking. People don't do this because it feels terrible. I'm cutting off so much of this beautiful plant with its giant flowers, but you're doing it to promote the health of the plant in the long run. So I'm going to take this back to here. And this one, I don't trust these buds. I'm just going to take this off here for now. Maybe, I really want to take this whole piece off, but I can't bring myself to. You can always make a cut and then make a second cut. Let's take this guy back to here. Okay, now you're going to get a branch coming this way, a branch coming that way. Do we want it growing out this way? No, we do not. We don't want it growing back in toward the center. We're just going to rub that bud off. Okay, so now it's going to grow this way. And we could even go one more step and take this guy back to here. There we go. Now you'll get new buds from there, and this guy will grow up, fill in the center. This will fill in the center. Those are just last year's leaves. But now that will be a much happier, healthier plant. I'd like to take off some of the dead stuff from the inside, but I think I need a different tool, a very fine, like I said, a keyhole saw to get rid of some of this stuff. You can get this guy. Can you get that there? Yeah, that's better. I'd like to take off that one big dead guy, but he needs a special saw. So that's pruning a very special plant, a tree peony. Early spring, early April.